are tens of thousands of victims who have been waiting for justice for so long. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige.
If you're like me, you probably noticed who wasn't in the 50 Cent documentary. We all watch Broke Records, but Jaguar Wright says it also broke a promise. According to her, the real list of accomplices was quietly removed from the final cut to protect powerful Netflix interests, and she claims 50 Cent helped make that happen. She insists there's proof, pointing to a photo filled with names no major YouTuber has dared to break down. And that raises the question, why so much censorship now? After 50 Cent released the documentary centered on Diddy, the response from insiders wasn't positive. Voices like Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright slammed it as a controlled narrative, accusing it of hiding major names, including JayZ and Beyonce, who she alleges were deeply connected to Diddy's inner circle. While most people focus on what made the edit, Jaguar is focused on what didn't. She calls the film a mockumentary, and even claims 50 Cent is positioning himself as a savior to control the industry, saying his role is worse than anyone he's pointing at.
Actual documentary being worked on.
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
Before getting into what Jaguar Wright leaked, you need the key context. No long history, just the essentials. 50 Cent spent nearly 2 years putting together a 4-part Netflix series covering Diddy's life, from his Harlem childhood to Bad Boy's rise and his recent legal fallout. The access was rare. Unseen footage of Diddy speaking with his lawyers days before his arrest, interviews with inner circle figures, even conversations with jurors tied to his case. That level of access is almost unheard of, but here's the problem. Not everyone meant to be included made the final cut. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, was removed after disputes over payment and creative control. Jaguar Wright's footage was labeled too controversial for Netflix, which raises serious questions. When Jaguar addressed the documentary, she said most of it wasn't new to her, except one major moment: Kirk Burroughs publicly admitting he was abused after decades close to Diddy. Jaguar then called the series a mockumentary, accusing it of protecting powerful names. She pointed out how major industry figures were barely mentioned or missing entirely, arguing the story was carefully shaped to keep certain people clean.
The worst celebrity, like, that you've been around is like the most full of sin. I know no sin is greater, but like, just was like, damn, this.
Clive Davis. Devil incarnate. Clive Davis. He Janis Joplin. He blackmailed Betty Wright so she wouldn't tell anybody that he Janis Joplin. He killed Whitney Houston.
She didn't hesitate. Jaguar Wright went straight at Clive Davis and dropped her most explosive claims yet. According to her, Clive Davis was responsible for Janis Joplin's tragic end and used pressure tactics to silence Betty Wright so she wouldn't speak about what Jaguar alleges happened to Whitney Houston. Yes, it sounds extreme, and Jaguar knows that, but her point is simple. She's been dismissed for years, only for many of her past claims to later line up with reality. So when someone who controlled 51% of Bad Boy Records, a man with more power than Diddy himself, gets less than a minute of screen time, Jaguar says that's not an accident, it's protection. She asks what kind of leverage keeps his name out of the story. Then she points out something even more unsettling. The documentary shows Diddy recording everything, even federal agents outside his hotel. Jaguar believes this wasn't paranoia, but strategy.
Dealing with Combs Enterprise, they come in and they work and they don't get paid.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna build up to it real quick.
Yeah. So he was able to sell that footage to whomever he chose. The question is, how did anybody know about it? Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the part that, it's so funny because people they get so excited. But when you've got a lawyer like Mark Agnifilo, who is orchestrating your possible surrender, because as you heard him say in the beginning of the documentary, he was very clear.
She highlights a moment where Diddy's lawyer talks about losing control and needing to influence public perception, even potential jurors. before any arrest happened. That, she says, changes everything.
It's almost the middle of September and there's no indictment. As you heard Diddy say, I've been an exemplary client like you've asked. You said I've been an excellent client. I came here. I did everything you asked me to do.
Mhm.
That's what they're literally having this conversation.
Yeah, in that conversation, Diddy was worried about the outlook of the public versus the
The
victims.
outlook of the public. Oh, he was worried a lot more than that. You don't think? He
Oh, yeah.
literally sat there and said, we need comms. He's sitting there talking like an evil dictator. We need comms.
Jaguar breaks this down in a way that's hard to ignore. She keeps asking the same question. They said they were losing, but losing what exactly? He hadn't even been charged yet they were already talking about shaping public perception and influencing the jury pool. To Jaguar, that suggests something far bigger was already in motion.
We need to weigh into this conversation. We're losing, he said. We're losing. Losing what? What are you losing? But the key words that he said that were so important were, we need to be able to be speaking to the potential jurors. He said, you might only be the guy that watches CNN, but there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them are on Instagram or TikTok. We need to have control of that. He said, we need to know how these potential jurors are thinking.
Looking at how everything unfolded, she believes the plan may have worked. A viral documentary reaches millions, and those viewers form opinions long before any courtroom is involved. If those opinions later affect potential jurors, that isn't justice, it's narrative control. Then things take an even darker turn. Jaguar claims footage involving Justin Bieber and Diddy was removed from the documentary. She says Diddy had been trying to get close to Bieber for years, but Bieber's early management kept blocking it. That changed when Usher took over management and, according to Jaguar, allowed Diddy temporary guardianship for 48 hours while Bieber was still a teenager. She questions why that decision was made, especially given prior concerns. Jaguar believes footage exists but was cut to protect major names, possibly through legal pressure or settlements, and that, she says, is why she's furious.
50 Cent is trying to take down Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and JayZ out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it.
Let that sink in. Jaguar Wright isn't saying 50 Cent is standing up for victims or chasing justice. She's accusing him of something far colder, using this moment to wipe out competition and position himself on top. When you look at their history, her logic becomes clearer. 50 Cent has been publicly clashing with Diddy for over 2 decades, trolling him, mocking him, and taking shots whenever possible. Now suddenly, he's presenting himself as a champion of accountability. Jaguar isn't convinced. She argues that the easiest move is to pressure an enemy over things you know they'll never openly admit. That's why, when a cease and desist allegedly landed, she says 50 Cent quietly removed Diddy-related content tied to his own recordings. To Jaguar, that doesn't look fearless. It looks cautious. It looks like someone protecting himself. Then she escalates the accusation even further, claiming 50 Cent should be questioned over alleged toxic waste dumping near his Millennium Studios property in Shreveport, suggesting it was done for profit. According to her, this isn't about justice at all. It's about power, control, and who gets to survive in the industry.
Curtis Jackson, they should check the EPA report since he's been there and the toxic waste he's been allowing to be dumped around the property of Millennium Studios for cheap cash. And I'm not saying allegedly, Curtis. I know what you've been doing.
Jaguar says she's not speaking in hypotheticals or hiding behind vague language. She claims she knows exactly what 50 Cent has been doing and says she has proof to back it up. Then she delivers a clear warning. She tells him to do right by Shreveport or she'll expose what she says he's been involved in, making it clear that Diddy isn't the only one with a dark past. That's a direct shot. Jaguar is suggesting 50 Cent has his own secrets, things that could completely shatter the image he's trying to build as the hero calling everyone else out. And here's where people really start paying attention. 50 Cent is known for coming at anyone who crosses him. Say his name wrong, and he'll respond. He trolls, sues, humiliates, and exposes people without hesitation. Petty is part of his brand. But there's one person he's never gone after, Jaguar Wright. No clapbacks, no lawsuits, no jokes, nothing. And that silence, to a lot of people, speaks louder than anything he's ever posted.
He isn't just as bad as Diddy. 50 actually has a heart. He's a lovable thug, you know? Somebody should ask Soulja Boy how loving he is. He's very loving. All that time they spent together and the way he believed in him. Oh my God. They were almost inseparable. Truth is, Curtis is a swish. Been a swish for many years. Everyone knows it. The reason why I haven't got behind Curtis Jackson is because the only reason he wants them out of the way is so he can take over.
Think about it. Jaguar Wright has made serious accusations about 50 Cent more than once. These aren't small jabs or harmless comments. She said things that would normally send him into full attack mode. And yet, there's been no response. No lawsuits, no social media posts, no public call-outs, nothing. For someone known as the King of Petty, a man who will drag anyone over the smallest slight, that silence is strange. People are starting to wonder why. Some believe Jaguar may actually have something on him, maybe recordings, maybe documents, maybe firsthand knowledge that 50 Cent doesn't want exposed. Because let's be honest, if she were just making things up, history says he would have crushed her by now. He would have mocked her publicly or taken legal action, but he hasn't, and that silence is getting louder by the day. Still, Jaguar isn't only focused on 50 Cent, she's now pointing higher. She claims JayZ has been quietly setting Diddy up from behind the scenes. With new claims that Diddy allegedly holds damaging material tied to JayZ, Jaguar suggests this could explain why certain moves are being made. Then she asks the question no one wants to answer.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
JayZ is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit. He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love.
What does she mean by that? Jaguar says JayZ follows a pattern. She claims he lined up DeHaven, then Big L, then Dame Dash, each time benefiting while others lost everything. According to her, he always positions himself to be the last man standing. But then she takes it even further. Jaguar alleges that Sean Carter was involved in decisions that led to Aaliyah being placed on an unsafe flight after she rejected him, claiming it was done to remove her from the way so Beyonce could rise during a difficult period in her career. She stresses this is an allegation, but asks people to look at the bigger picture. She points to moments like 106 and Park, where Mary J. Blige and Free, whom Jaguar claims were connected to powerful men, publicly discussed Aaliyah's passing. To Jaguar, that moment symbolized control, people performing grief on camera while knowing more than they could say. She then brings up Kathy White, JayZ's pregnant partner who officially passed from an aneurysm. Jaguar questions that story and implies the truth is far darker, suggesting hidden footage exists and warning Diddy directly.
Last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it what happens.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled, and it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
Oh, man.
That might buy you a little time. You should probably stop looking for plastic surgeons.
Man.
Looking for a new life, new face. We're going to hang you high. JayZ too. Beyonce too. And we're going to round up all the fans. See, I love a good gay man. I just can't stand him. And that's what it is.
With that being
You
said,
want to know what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
I'm about to f up America.
If what Jaguar Wright is claiming is true, then everything changes. If Diddy really possesses footage tied to what happened to Kathy White, that would mean there's visual proof of a tragic event being disguised as something natural. And if that footage exists, Jaguar suggests it wasn't just hidden, it was buried. She argues that this goes far beyond music, fame, or celebrity drama. This would point to coordinated silence, protection, and influence operating at the highest levels. Jaguar implies that if figures like JayZ or Beyonce are connected in any way, then the issue isn't just moral failure. It's a system working overtime to shield powerful people. According to her, this isn't about rumors anymore. It's about accountability that never came. She believes what the public was told was carefully crafted to keep the real story from ever surfacing. And that's why she says this isn't just one person's actions. It's a network, a structure, a circle of protection that allowed the truth to disappear. Jaguar says if justice is ever real, it can't stop at one name. That's when she says it's time to look at everyone involved and ask who else should be held responsible.
Oh, this about to get fun.
Well, Diddy start snitching?
He better. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. JayZ should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
That's a long list of powerful names, and every one of them is connected to either Diddy, JayZ, or both. Jaguar isn't saying they're all guilty of crimes, but she is saying they knew something, they saw something, and they chose silence while people were harmed. To her, that silence is participation. Someone asked Jaguar why all of this is happening now, and her answer was chilling. She said Diddy is going down now because he's the acceptable monster, just like R. Kelly was before him. In her view, the industry doesn't care about justice or victims, it cares about control. When someone becomes too dangerous or uncontrollable, they're sacrificed, but only in a way that protects everyone else. Jaguar says she's been warning people for years about what went on at those parties, about the cameras, about the behavior. She wasn't shocked when it all came out. People dismissed her, mocked her, called her unstable. Now everyone acts surprised. Jaguar says the real question isn't why we didn't know. It's why we refused to listen, while countless victims waited for accountability.
Are tens of thousands of victims who have been waiting for justice for so long. Justice for Kim Porter, justice for Justin Bieber, justice for Cassie, justice for Tanya Rubin, justice for Little Rod, justice for Tierra Marie, even Princess Love for that matter, justice for Biggie, Pa, Nipsey, Pimp C, Hassan Javon.
Jaguar says if she's ever forced to become a witness, it could cost her everything, even her life. She understands the danger. She knows what powerful people are capable of, yet she keeps speaking anyway. She says the goal would be to harm her and traumatize the public into doubting everything she's revealed. Whether you agree with her or not, that takes courage. That's someone choosing truth over comfort and safety. Jaguar believes too many people stayed silent while victims suffered, and she refuses to be one of them. She also warns that the Netflix documentary everyone is watching is only scratching the surface. What we've seen so far is just the beginning. According to her, the real reckoning hasn't even started yet, and once one person speaks out, others will feel empowered to do the same. So now it's your turn. What do you think about Jaguar's claims? Do you believe her warnings? Do you think 50 Cent's motives are pure or strategic? Is JayZ really next? Share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.